This is the Mistress Carrie Situation Report for July 5th, 2024. Your daily music headlines, industry info, and everything rock. Slipknot are bringing the Here Comes the Pain 25th anniversary tour to the Xfinity Center in Mansfield, Massachusetts. The show's happening on August 15th with Knocked Loose and Orbit Culture. Tickets are on sale now. Check the links in the show notes of this episode to get yours. In a new interview in Guitar World magazine, Wolfgang Van Halen talks about what his dad taught him about guitar solos, saying, quote, "Not every song needs a solo, and it's more about the songwriting when it comes to Mammoth." He said, "You can play a solo that's one note that can be way more impressive than a solo that's 2,000 notes. It's not really about the speed at which you play." He continued, "A really core thing for me that my dad always instilled is that a solo should be melodically memorable. I think a good example, and I can never shut up about how much I love this guitar player, is Aaron Marshall from Intervals. We toured with them lately, and he's such a great example of what my dad and I love about solos, where he's very melodic. He's basically a singer as a guitar player, but he has those moments where he does these impressive, awesome, sheddy runs, and you can have fun with those little moments." Michael Paulson from Volbeat said that he just completed his European tour with his death metal project. And discussing the follow-up to Volbeat's 2021 release, Servant of the Mind, he said is due tentatively in 2025, saying, quote, "I'm home, I'm dusting off the new Volbeat songs. All the songs have been written for the next album, and I'm almost done with lyrics. Volbeat's going to enter the studio later this year. There's going to be a new Volbeat record out next year." During an appearance on a recent episode of the Metallica Report podcast, James Hetfield was asked if he would agree that Lars is, quote, "probably playing some of his best gigs that he's played in well over a decade, if not 20 years, on the ongoing M72 tour." Hetfield said, quote, "I'd say this tour in general, the last 2 years we've been building up to it. Absolutely. He's absolutely playing great." He continued, "I hope he's having fun and not worried about his playing because he would let his emotions just take him. Now he's a little more concerned about the click track and playing along with it. But yeah, I think as a group, we're really, really playing well and we're really tight." Cover Your Ears is a new documentary bringing together Dee Snider from Twisted Sister, Chuck D, Jello Biafra, and Ian Hill from Judas Priest, exploring how censorship has affected music over the decades. Among others, the film examines the concerns of the Parents Music Resource Center in the 1980s, the pressure group headed by Tipper Gore that went to war with anything they perceived as being anti-family values. At its peak, bands like Twisted Sister and Judas Priest were dragged into court accused of everything from promoting sexual immorality to including subliminal messages in their songs urging fans to harm themselves. Cover Your Ears is out now and available to rent and stream on Amazon Prime and on Apple. Deep Purple have released the video for Lazy Sod, the third song from their upcoming album Equals One. It's now available for streaming and as an instant gratification track with all digital download pre-orders for Equals One. You can also check out the new video for Lazy Sod on their official YouTube. Equals One is set for release on Friday, July 19th. Def Leppard are hitting the road with Journey on the Summer Stadium Tour, armed with their new song Just Like 73 featuring Tom Morello. Guitarist Phil Collins says fans should expect further surprises, saying, quote, "We changed the whole set. The stage show is drastically different." No word yet on who's going to replace Hart on some of the opening dates, as Ann Wilson is undergoing cancer treatments and has canceled the band's shows for the rest of the year. New music from Disturbed is being worked on right now. David Draymond shared a pair of photos from the studio with the caption, "It has begun." Producer David Folk, who's worked with Motionless in White and Knocked Loose, was seen in some of the photos. Queens of the Stone Age will be the first band to play a concert at the historic catacombs of Paris. Josh Homme announced the gig during a press conference at last week's Hellfest Festival in France, saying, quote, "In a week's time or so, we're going to play in the Paris catacombs, and we'll be the first band to do so. I've been working on it for 18 years, trying to get myself inside of this exalted place in Paris, and it's completely live." Limp Bizkit have released a new video for the song Turn It Up, Bitch that's featured on the band's 2021 release, Still Sucks. The video is completely done using AI. You can check out the video and all of the incarnations of all 5 band members on their official YouTube. And that's your sit rep. For more details on all of the stories, check the links in the show notes of this episode. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the Mistress Carrie Podcast. New full-length episodes come out every Wednesday. Episode 213, featuring Michael Devin from the Dead Daisies, is available now.